I don't think I'm alone in admitting that this hunk of metal right here has gained way too much control and time over my life. The screen time app, or the lock on your phone, it just hasn't worked for me. And so I saw this device called the Brick. You're not aware of what the Brick is. This is a little device that you tap your phone against and it locks you out of whatever apps you want. TikTok and Instagram and Pinterest, those ones that I spend way too much time on. And then from there, I'm going to try and move it down, hopefully to only using the apps I need, such as my phone, my messages, my maps. So that is the goal, that this Brick is hopefully going to stop me just mindlessly ending up on the apps and scrolling for way too long. Thinking a lot about the person I am and the person I want to become. And with that, I've sort of led myself to find out that that person does not exist presenting themselves online all the time. I listened to this fabulous podcast, I'm going to leave it down below, where this lady who sort of did the same job I do left social media for a year. And how it made her feel and what were the outcomes of that. And she gained 56 days of her life back, and she scrolled for about 3 hours a day. And I'm not doing this challenge to become more productive. I'm doing it to become more in tune with myself and the things I want in my life, the people around me, to observe more and to spend more time just being in my body. And so I'm going to let you in on a few goals. I want to try and spend less than 1 hour on socials for the week. Leads into the next goal of wanting to consume less, both in content and also in purchasing things. Over the past few years, I've become really quick at impulse purchasing and buying things I don't need, especially clothing. So hopefully by spending less time on the algorithms and being fed less things that I think I should want, that I will hopefully buy less and therefore consume less. So pretty much what you do is you just click Brick device and you tap it and then it starts a timer. We are almost 48 hours into the Bricked Up challenge. I guess that's what we're calling it. I just unbricked my phone. It's Tuesday evening. I checked it once this morning, and then I just turned the Brick off to post my content for the day, up to 18 hours and 27 minutes. You don't realize how many times your fingers drift to open the app unconsciously, and therefore run into all the issues that you have with spending way too much time on it. Today I went and helped out my sister Cami. Many of you may know Cami. She is a tattoo artist and she had a flash day today. It was pretty much everybody in the circle went to help her out with that, manage the line and just hang out together. It was a really, really fun day and just a beautiful reminder of how important it is to recharge your battery in a way that isn't just isolating yourself or just scrolling. I'm feeling really good. I think tonight I'm going to treat myself, watch a little bit of YouTube. Tomorrow's a busy day. Got to go to the dentist, do some writing, but it's exciting. This challenge is going well. I'm going to brick my phone now and get back to it. We have almost entered a week of bricking the phone. It is Saturday today. The brick has been bricking. It has been working. This is crazy. It's becoming so easy and it's very addictive. Like once you get to a certain point, you're like, I don't need to unbrick it now. And that anxiety towards the beginning of feeling like I was missing out on something has sort of subsided, because every time I have logged in to Instagram or TikTok once a day, there really hasn't been that much there, and it's sort of just the same as it was when I left it the day before. I've been bricked for 12 hours. I checked it last night just before I went to bed. I did get a few books that came into the shop and that I just got, so I wanted to talk about them. Of course, Bread of Angels by Patti Smith. I did have an ARC coming from America, and then it got delivered to my old address and returned, and then I've been waiting on one. Betsy has issued one from Simon & Schuster Australia, but it is yet to arrive. So I still bought this. I think I'm going to read this after I finish my current read. And then I'm currently reading this book. This book came into the shop and I had never even heard of it, never seen it, and I don't know how, but it's called I Remember by John Brainard. This book is pretty much a long poem, just a long stream of consciousness that was written, from what I understand, in almost one sitting, about what Joe remembered. And it's really beautiful, and it's meandering, and it's honest, and it's really addictive. I read like 40 pages of it last night, and I feel like the rest of it will sort of be a 1 to 2 sitting sort of thing. Then I had this on order for ages, and I don't know why it took so long to come, but it is They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us by Hanif Adapq. I don't know how to say his last name, I'm afraid. This is a selection of essays on music, and apparently every essay in this will make you care about something or an artist or some type of sound that you didn't before. Apparently his writing is really, really beautiful, and so I'm excited for this. I've been really loving nonfiction, so you can probably tell that. And then I got this, The Mystery of Perception, a conversation with Lynn Tillman, and it's a selection of essays by some really incredible writers. I am aiming to be a Lynn Tillman completionist, so I hope to read this soon. This is a book about freedom, and again, I want to be an Olivia Laing completionist, so that's that. Again, more essays, really excited. We love Olivia Laing here, so just talking about these books has made me so excited, so maybe do some reading now before I go to work, and talk to you soon. I never thought that I would be saying that I have just received some book mail from Apartmento. So excited because, oh my goodness, and Louis Fratino, who is one of my favorite artists, like look at this. This is so incredibly beautiful. Thank you, Apartmento. Also started yesterday The Bread of Angels by Patti Smith. I've been waiting for this for quite a long time, and I wanted to start it at just the right moment. So I finished I Remember by Joe Brainard, which was incredible. Chef's kiss, highly recommend. Really impactful and important, and is in conversation with lots of other writers I love. So love that. I started this last night. I'm about 50 pages in. Today I took the entire day off work and just was present in doing some jobs that needed doing and relaxing because I've been quite ill. But I decided also to clean up this office because it has been terrible. It is just, I've let it go, and therefore I haven't been spending time in here because it hasn't been enjoyable, because books are overflowing. I need to build some more shelves, but I did some reorganizing, which I'm going to show you now. To the office, as you can see, I have this little reading corner. Initially, this was on my desk there, but I never really work in here at night, and this is just a really nice little reading nook sort of thing. It's where I charge my phone during the night, and it has this like leopard print chair, which definitely also needs changing, but for now, it does the job. job. Then have this old dining room table that was my sister's, and this is just a desk. I like the space. I like having all these different piles of books here. I have like my diaries, my iPad, and then just a bunch of different coffee table books, which just add to the inspiration. I usually sit on this side where I can see out the window into the beautiful garden. Then as you turn around, you can see probably the meat and potatoes of the room, which is the bookshelves. It becomes sort of just a dumping ground, and although it's not in alphabetical order or anything crazy like that, there is a little bit more method to the madness. So I've put all of sort of my favorite books, and just some random coffee table books and Paris reviews, but then all of these are sort of my favorite books. So I decided to work in my TBR to the shelves to sort of make it feel like I was shopping my shelves more so, because I initially had my whole TBR like piling up here and it was giving me anxiety. So now they're all worked into the shelves. Up here, it's all fiction, really. It's just random fiction. We then have my record player, which I definitely don't use enough. And then here is sort of my favorites shelves of more stuff that I really like. We have this beautiful courtyard, which I think is gonna be so lovely in summer. It's a beautiful tree. So that is a rough office tour, very quick, very brief, but I hope you enjoyed it. I think this afternoon I'm gonna go on a walk and then probably just relax, watch some YouTube, read some of The Bread of Angels, and yeah, can't complain. Of 2 weeks has finally arrived, and that means the end of this vlog, the end of the experiment. And I want to jump on here and give you my thoughts on this little device called the brick. Do a little summary on how long on average my phone was bricked for over every day for the past 2 weeks. It was 23 hours and 52 minutes, which is pretty insane that on average, I only spent around 8 minutes a day on Instagram and TikTok. So overall, my screen time went down by about an hour and 20 minutes, from about 3 hours to an hour and 40 minutes-ish per day, which is really great. That is so much time back. I did this experiment for the numbers purely. I wanted to see how this experiment, how bricking my phone made me feel as a human, and I have a few little dot points that I want to share and talk about. What was really interesting to me is the sense of anxiety I felt, especially in the first few days around not being able to check my social media. I realized that I felt this sense of missing out, like I was missing something, or that I wasn't going to hear from someone, or that someone was trying to reach me. And then every time at the end of the day when I would quickly check my phone and upload, I would find that really no one was trying to get to me that was that important and that couldn't wait. And it really just opened my eyes to how much I was using Instagram, especially in a way that I didn't need to. It was also super humbling to see how many times I check my phone and go to open those apps and it would just say to me, go back to what's important. That's what the Brick app says. And it would sort of take me out of it and be like, oh, maybe I do have a little bit of a problem. I ended up checking the weather and my emails so many more times than usual, just because I think in awkward moments or moments that I was doing nothing, I just wanted to do something with my thumbs. So it brings me to the idea of being more focused. I think for a really long time, although I was consuming media more intentionally, reading Substacks and YouTube over just scrolling, I would often end up picking up my phone to go on my emails or check Instagram direct messages, whatever that is, whilst I was doing that. Whereas whilst I had the Brick on, I was much more present in what I was doing and consuming, and it just led to a better experience overall in the things I was doing. I noticed that my social life has improved a lot. I've been sending letters and emails to people, which has just been such a lovely, slow, analog experience that I've never really had before. And also I've been hanging out with my friends more because I feel less connected to people because I'm not under the illusion that I am connected through my phone. I think the Brick is a really great option for people who don't want to go completely cold turkey or still like the luxuries that an iPhone brings them. For example, maps and internet banking and Spotify. And also if your work, like me, is on social media, you can't really afford to delete it completely. And I think the Brick is a great option for that. I think honestly, if you can, maybe you should just try deleting the apps. You don't have to spend $100 on this thing to do this experiment. Try deleting the apps for 2 weeks and seeing where it takes you. I promise the first few days will, yes, be hard. It's like a drug. Social media is like a drug. So of course it's gonna be hard. But I'm pretty sure after a few days, you'll feel really good. This was a 2-week experiment, but I am going to continue using this, and I think I'm only going to get better at it and spend maybe days off social media at a time and only unbrick when I really need to for work. And I sort of love that for me. But that being said, that is the end of the video. And if you're a social media friend and you want to become an email pen pal or a real pen pal, I'm going to leave my email down below. So flick me an email and we'll be in touch. But that being said, this is your sign to start being more intentional, going analog. And thank you for being here and doing this with me. It was really fun.